What up guys, this is Kong and today I'm back again. I'm going to do another movie review for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about Hostile. If you look closer to the poster, it actually said we are all hostile. But Hostile is in big font and white, as you can tell. I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons. I'm going to give a rating. As you guys know, Christian Bale, Rosamund Pike, Rory Cochrane, Jonathan Moyer, and Wes Studi. All the cast did a wonderful job doing their part, participating. You feel like they are participating, engaging in the conversation, engaging with each other, engaging with the story. And that's what I want to see from actors and actress if I were the director, is to have them make it look like this event was actually happened. They were engaging. They're all in character, and I really like that. They did a wonderful job. Everybody did their part, and I believe that they were all each of those characters. I want to say that the standout is obviously, Captain Joseph and Rosamund Pike as Mrs. Quay, and Suti as Yellow Chief Hawk. And then Christian Bale's captain, I guess Master Sergeant, I believe. And they were all good, and I can't emphasize enough. Beautiful background. It looked like it, was actually shot out in Montana and the area. It felt like it was real. It felt like you were there. You were along the journey, and that's what I always like, is that we are going there with the characters. And then in addition, it's a really unique story with an objective for our main characters. Like, they need to get from point A to point B, and then there's also trial for our main characters. And I like that. It's like it gives a chance for our main character and his supporting characters a chance to grow, a chance to come together, or a chance to dislike each other. And I really like that. This movie is brutally honest and violent, and there are some sequences in there that probably not appropriate for young audience. I believe it's rated R or restricted R or whatever. But there are some hard sequences in there, and it's not for the fainted heart. It is for those who can really stomach brutal violence and women being sexually assaulted, not just by groping, but this is beyond that point. So this is really, really brutal, really honest, really to me it feels it's uncensored. I mean, it does hold a little bit back, but it give you that feeling. At the beginning of the movie, I didn't really quite like the character, but I grow to like them. I grow to feel attachment to them. I feel that they are human, and I could understand, and they also understand each other and themselves. And you don't see a lot of movies show that the character actually learn and understand and communicate with their I guess you could say their captive, what's the word, a captor, the person who captured the others, and understanding each other. You rarely see those kind of characters in movie. You really don't. You see the characters that are doing thing after another, but this is like they understand each other, and that's a rare thing. It's really rare in movies these days. I like that there is a journey, like I said, it's a journey of peace, death, and violence. It's a shocking. It's actually shocking to reality. When we think about it, it's really about. When you think about it, there's death every day. There's some peace, but there's violence. In other worlds and the part of the world, and even in our own countries. So it's still relate to today. Christian Bale talking in a native Indian language. I thought that he was fluent, not fluent, but he was he had a it was conversational, you know. The ending was appropriate to me. I feel like it was appropriate. It was like, you know what, you know, he should go with the woman and the little bear. And there were two important sequences. I would say maybe three important sequences in the movie that really touched me, and it made me like those characters just a little bit more. There was three. Two most importantly, but there's a third one I like too. Now let's move on to the con. There was no subtitle when Christian Bale is talking to Chief Yellow Hawk. There was no subtitle, and I wonder why did they do that. It's hard to know. But then later in the movie, probably about maybe halfway, maybe 3/4 in the movie, the subtitle. So I don't know what was the director's reason to do not have the subtitle at the beginning, but then later. I don't know his weekend. It's sort of it doesn't bug me, but it was like, you know, they're speaking different languages. It would be nice to know what's going on, you know. It's like he wants us to put us in the dark, you know. It's just, to me, I feel like I don't really appreciate that, you know, as an audience. It's like I like to know what's going on, you know, but it doesn't just dissuade me from watching the movies. So the one thing that kind of, I get the plot or the way the scene was put together. So at the beginning, there's Miss Quaid and her family were brutally murdered by these Comanches, and then we switched to, you know, the military base, and then the military the soldier are supposed to, you know, take Chief Yellow Hawk back to his homeland, and then they come across Mrs. Quaid, I guess her property where she lived, and it makes it look like it was coincidence to me, and it's like, and also it's like, I assume it's a passage of time. You usually think it's a passage of time, and you know, you think that she would have either found someone to help her or found her way to the military base or some sort. So it was like, you know, I don't think she should have. She should have been there for a long time. I mean, to me, it felt like they were gone for like a week. You know, like she was there for a week or so. But I don't know what the time frame is. So it's just, I'm being really nitpicky, but that's the one thing that it felt, the time frame didn't fit. And then also the rogue soldier that Captain Soldiers have to bring him along, I feel like that was unnecessary. Not important to the story. Didn't really do anything other than kill his own. He killed one of Captain Joseph's men. It just didn't do anything. Didn't help the story. And then also the four men, when Captain Joseph and the group arrived to the Valley of the Bear and the land, they bury Chief Yellow Hawk, and they had this shootout, and it's just like, was this necessarily? I don't think it's needed, because, you know, they've gone, maybe if this happened in earlier, prior to this, then maybe I would accept it, but I wanted to end it on a more happier note. But I also understand that not every movie should end with a happy note. But they have gone through all that violence. They should at least have some peace, you know. But it feel like it was just not necessarily. And then also it's a lack of there was not some screen time for the native Indian, you know, like for Chief Yellow Hawk or his son or his wife or not wife but his kids and you know his daughter, that sort of thing, you know. So it just to me it feel like it's kind of imperialism influence. It feel like we only see one side of from the American military's point of view and not from the native Indian point of view. And then it got me thinking, like, has there been any native Indian movies from native Indian point of view? I would love to see that, how the native Indian view the American soldier, the American government, the society. I'd like to see that because this way we as the audience would appreciate different point of view. I would certainly appreciate it, the different point of view, because I want to be unbiased as a person. I want to understand how the other side is thinking, and that's how you become a better human. So maybe I'll have to do a little bit more research about, you know, native Indian movie being made. Not maybe it's not commercially, it's just locally. But on that final note, I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. I would recommend you go watch this movie, but I would give a word of caution. Be prepared to watch those violent sequences and subtle violence, I would say. And you have to have the stomach for this, and you have to be willing to put through some slow pacing in the movies. But it will pay off at the end, and you will like this movie. You will understand. You will appreciate it. You will enjoy it. And again, the score rating is a 7 out of 10. You will like it. I would say go see it. And then please, guys, please like, thumbs up, share, browse, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will help me a lot. It really will do so. And most importantly, I want to thank you for your time and effort to watching my movie review. I really do appreciate it. You don't know how much my word that I say to you may not seem a lot to you, but it seems a lot to me. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.